loves, hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, I really wanted to take the time to say thank you to all of the people that have watched my videos, that have subscribed to the channel, that have liked my videos. It honestly means so much to me, and most importantly, I really hope the things that I talk about with you guys, that it really gives something to you. It helps you in some sort of way, because that's why we're here. So anyway, I just wanted to take a moment to really say thank you so much. And if you continuously click on my videos and you have not subscribed yet, why? I post every week, so we will always get new videos. So please make sure that you continue to watch my videos, but also subscribe or like. But anyway, today we are going to talk about something that a lot of people have an issue with, which is trying to have a difficult conversation with someone. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so disclaimer. When I was doing some research, because I already kind of had some of my own like preparation tips in my head, I saw a lot of people commenting or saying that if you have to do these things, that maybe this person isn't the person that you should be with, or you shouldn't be talking to have this, conversation, and you should feel comfortable and all this other stuff. But sometimes that's not how it works. There's people who have anxiety. You have to talk to this person for whatever reason. So I don't really feel like that's necessarily such a good piece of advice for people. So I just wanted to put it out there when I am naming my 7 tips that you can actually do to prepare yourself to have a very hard conversation, to whatever nature that is, that one of them is not that, because that's not helpful at all. So yeah, so let's get into the first one. Okay, so the first one really is, I want you to sit down and think about, is this a you problem or a they problem, or a we problem? Sometimes when you feel like something is happening or you want to address something, but maybe it's actually a you thing, it's not really a we thing. Am I making sense? Where it is not something that they're necessarily doing, but it's not something that they're necessarily doing, but it's more of how you're taking it. And there's nothing that they can do to change it. Because ain't nothing like when someone addresses you or addresses something that you've done and there's nothing you can do to change. Like, why are you telling me this if there's nothing else that I can do to help change it? But more of, okay, that's a you problem. You're receiving that wrong. You feel that way because of whatever else has made you respond that way. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, is it a you problem where you feel something and it doesn't matter what that person does, no matter how, whatever they change, you're still going to feel what you feel? Or is it a y'all problem where something can be fixed? Does that make sense? So the next one, I really want you to take into consideration the situation you're in and what kind of conversation you're trying to have, because I do feel like there are times when you can present facts, because that will help push over or give you the proof that you need. Or there's times to insert your feelings, to tell your feelings about how you're feeling that moment. If you're at work, it's probably more beneficial for you to give the facts to get whatever you need done, even if it's a hard conversation with your boss, versus in a relationship, giving your feelings about something. That's probably a little better. I mean, facts are always nice too, but having your feelings out there so they understand your feelings, that's probably a little, more useful at that moment. So make sure that you have outlined what are feelings and what are facts. And hey, sometimes, depending on who you're talking to, if it is your job, you have a right to insert your feelings in there, as far as how you feel. Or if it's for your relationship, you have a right to insert the facts, to help back up. But just make sure that you have your facts and your feelings outlined of which one's which, and don't try to interchange them, because feelings are not facts. Perception is reality, but feelings are not facts. So make sure you kind of have that laid out, and it really helps you organize in your brain too when you are trying to communicate, something that is really hard for you to communicate. You can actually separate the two, be able to be clear in what you need and what you're feeling in that moment. So number 2 is making sure that you outline your feelings and the facts. So the next one is choose your words wisely. I think sometimes when you are giving out information or you guys are communicating, people get so hung up on certain words, even though that's not necessarily what you probably meant in the moment. You were just saying the first word that came to mind. But if it's definitely a sensitive topic, maybe start off with just making sure you choose your words carefully. So when you are sitting down, you are prepping, you are thinking about how you're going to communicate whatever you're communicating, make sure you pick the right words. Because that's kind of important. So another tip is making sure you choose your words carefully. I don't know if you're this type of person, but maybe you are, when you have something that you're trying to say and it's like you're taking forever to get to the point, and next thing you know, you're rambling on and on and on. Practice in the mirror, or practice with a friend, just to kind of get the lay of the land, do a quick run through if you trust someone enough, whatever, because it is a hard conversation. Maybe you don't want other people knowing about it, but practice in the mirror. Just to get it all out there, at least get the rough draft, so that when it's really your time to verbalize and communicate how you feel, you're ready. I mean, you may not be ready for the response, but you're at least ready to get out there what you need to get out there with low nerves. So practice, practice, practice. So I want you to really think about how the other person that you are giving this information to is going to feel. Now, honestly, if you are at the point where you're having this scary or nerve-wracking conversation with this person, you already feel like you know how they're going to feel, because obviously you're nervous. But no, literally sit down and think about how the recipient will feel, which is why I said choose your words carefully, maybe practice in a mirror, those sort of things. So maybe just keep in mind how this person would feel depending on how you came or you approached them. So just think about it. Okay guys, my last 2 that I have, they're kind of more of coping skills, I guess, to prepare before the actual talk happens. But first things first, as I say in all of my videos, I need you to breathe, right? Because this is at the point where you are getting whatever it is off your chest. You are addressing this head on, but first you need to breathe. It is okay. Just take a breath to get yourself where you need to be, because it's going to be okay, but the conversation has to happen. So just breathe. And to add on to that too, another tip that I would definitely give is put yourself, if you're so anxious and like pent up, put yourself in an ambient state. Typically how it helps me, how I get in that state, is where I would just light a candle, because I really, really love candles. I'll light a candle, maybe put on some music, like kind of a chill type of vibe, and it just kind of over time, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, it will clear my mind. All my stimulation is down. So like now I'm chill, I'm calm, because if I'm running haywire, if you're running haywire, you cannot get it together. So make sure right before you have the conversation, all those nerves, calm your nerves. I'm not talking about drinking. But calm your nerves in a healthy manner. Get some music on, or go sit in your car, go gaze under the stars, or whatever just brings your nerves down and helps eliminate stimulation for you, right? So anywho, make sure that you breathe. Make sure that you do something that puts you in that ambient state so that you are not as tense when it comes to having that conversation, and you should be good to go. All right, guys, so those are all of my tips that I would normally do, or that I have advised some of my clients to do when they are approaching a very hard conversation that they do not want to have. These things can work if you are talking to your boss, if you are talking to a friend, if you are talking to a family member, if you are talking to your significant other. anyone that you're talking to that you're just so anxious to have this conversation with, try using some of those techniques and see which one works for you. If you guys have any additional recommendations, you already know to put them down in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!